Call this meeting to order at 11:30, Tuesday the 31st. Happy Halloween.
Yes.
We are here to discuss bid approval for a grader lease. And if you would help me understand, this is a trade. We're taking the old grader back.
Correct. One of our graders in the Osborne district is going back. It's currently on a 7-year lease program, and it is going back. So this lease is to replace that machine that's going back. So what is going back is a 2016 Cat 140M grader. Each one of these. So I did get 2 Sourcewell quotes on leases. I did request 7-year leases from both Western States and from Pape on Cat and John Deere. And excuse me, Cat came back with a quote on a 7-year lease. John Deere came back with a quote on a 5-year. That's the maximum that they're going currently on their leases. So what we would be looking at as far as machines for the Cat would be a 150-15 all-wheel drive, and the John Deere is the 772 GP. Both of them are equipped with wing and nose blade. We do need the wing attachment for this because it is used in the Mullen area for grading. They get a pretty heavy snow load up there. And so on the 7-year Cat, we would be looking at $51,073.95 annual payment. And so on all of our machine leases, we have an annual lease payment. On the John Deere, we would be looking at $53,232 annual payment.
So just to clarify, $51,000 per year for 7 years.
Correct.
Which makes the Cat considerably more money than the John Deere.
So the price on the John Deere is $493,205. The price on the Cat is $445,091. Basically what it ends up with is what they can do with a balloon payment at the end. We never take the balloon payment option. We always just, give it back to the dealer. And then usually we've been on the cycle of just releasing with the new machine at that time. What the leases do for us, it's nice to have a mix of leased equipment versus owned equipment. It allows us to control our maintenance costs a little bit better. We know what we're looking at as far as what's covered under warranty and what is not. And so we're not getting slapped with, $40,000 for a transmission that's went out. If it's under warranty, it would be taken care of. So
Okay.
This is the only.
So you're recommending the Cat?
I'm recommending the Cat. We do have some 5-year leases. In the past, it's just been easier and better for us to go with a 7. It's just less that we're having to go through this process, and we can count on having that machine for that time frame. We don't know. The price has gone up considerably with the graders. I mean, what we're paying a month now on all of our other leases is less. This would be the highest grader lease payment that we've had, and it's pretty comparable across the board. Prices just continue to go up. Right now, interest rates are high. There's nothing saying they're going to go down. There's nothing saying they're going to go up. You just never know, what you're going to be getting with this. Price of the machine back in 2016 when we did a lease was $297,538. So considerable price jump since 2016.
What about our budget? Do we budget for this?
So we did when we do our, and I didn't bring an extra spreadsheet for you guys, but I would be happy to supply you with these. These are in our budget prep packets every year. So we have an accounting of all of our leases. And at the bottom, we leave an additional $40,000 cushion. And it says new purchase estimate. And that's for when we have a lease that is going out. We know we're not going to get that same price. So that gives us a little bit of room. So we are currently comfortably budgeted for this.
Okay, so I see like last year you had, the total actual was 200,000, and then this year you did 241,000 for a department request, and it was 241 approved.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're adding that 2016 lease, whatever that amount is,
Mm-hmm.
to the 40,000, and then you're coming up with the 50. Right? Because John
Yes,
Deere lease
yeah.
is
So
more-
we're gonna, yeah. So
or not
currently,
John
so
Deere,
our
the old
current
lease, 16.
on the 2016 that's going back in, our budgeted amount, our annual payment's $23,240. So we're still comfortably inside that bubble, and we look quite a bit ahead when we do our budget prep on what we have going out. Next year in fiscal year 25, we will be looking at one that is going to be going out as well out of the Smelterville
Okay,
district.
so
So
what I'm seeing, you got like 63,000. So yeah, that would cover it.
yes, correct.
Now, how many hours do they usually allow on these leases? Have you guys gone over? Are you?
We have kept it under, so the 5 year, they'll go 2,000. For the 7 year, they'll go 2,500.
Okay. And then the maintenance is, basically the maintenance from the manufacturer, that they'll go the whole 7 years.
Correct.
Okay. The warranty is what I
The
mean.
warranty, correct, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And they're close, Western States is here out of Fort Wayne, so.
Yes, yep, we keep it as
Hey.
local as we can as
Yeah.
far as who we can get it from. We, as long as we're comparable, we're close, we do lean a little more towards CAT. A lot of that for us in our department has been service. And if we have an issue, they'll send a mechanic. I mean, if we have a breakdown on Dobson Pass in the middle of winter, they'll send a mechanic to the top of Dobson Pass in the middle of winter. It doesn't matter if it's 4 o'clock in the morning or if it's 10 o'clock at night. We will call and we will let them know the importance of it. One of the mechanics that works, for Western States CAT, does live in Osborne. And so, he's available for call outs. Our call out procedure is we will call the main office and then they will call him out. But the response time is very, very fast and they've always prioritized us, especially in wintertime.
Okay. Any further questions from the commission? Public questions?
I've got a calculator, so this
Mhm.
CAT is gonna cost us $357,532 over 7 years compared to the John Deere at $266,160, almost $100,000 more. Am I right on that?
Yes, I think what you need to look at is what do we do for those last 2 years, for years 6 and 7. That's the uncertainty. We don't know that we'll be in a position to, purchase a piece of equipment at that point. Unfortunately, we are in a position financially where, we've kind of been pushed into leasing the equipment. So for us to have that grader, because if that grader goes back and we don't release a grader, for years 6 and 7, we just don't have a grader for winter maintenance in that, district, in that area, for years 6 and 7.
So what kind of response or maintenance plan does John Deere provide?
Very, very similar, very comparable. We don't have as many pieces of equipment. We do have a John Deere that we own up in the Murray district, and Murray is a little further out of the way, but we have had to wait for some service calls. It's different if we can bring the equipment there, they can prioritize us, but getting somebody out there, rather than same day, we might be looking at 48 hours, and that's just kind of our, our experience with that.
Any other?
Where do we go? One of the questions I had, I guess, is on your wish list on what is coming up that you're gonna pay for. This isn't put on here, that you're looking at a different machine. Yeah, I agree
Can
with
I
you.
ask a question, Matt?
Yes.
Which wish
Your
list is that?
one that was turned in on May 12th of 2020.
Oh, the budget request.
The budget request, it wasn't ever put on here.
Sure.
Uh,
And in the past, at least since I've been here in 2019, and maybe we should look at considering doing it differently, like if we have a lease going out, that something is coming in, they won't quote us quite that far out. Like if it's more than 6 months, they won't quote us that far out. But in the past, if we've had a leased piece of equipment going out, we've just assumed that we were going to bring one in and replace it. And so I think that would be a good suggestion, for leased equipment to pay attention to that and make sure that it's noted on the budget request forms in May. I would be happy to look at doing that.
Okay. Any other comments?
Yes. Yeah, I don't know if you know this or not, but your budget is messed up. That you, wrong one, sorry. Is that, I don't know if you looked it over yet, but if you go to, where am I? Light vehicles capital.
Mm-hmm.
You only got $120 out of that.
So there was a typo that I did catch. It was the end of August. I think it might have been August 31st. That I did bring to Tammy's attention because I saw that and it was supposed to be 120,000. And so I notified her of that and she informed me that she fixed that. And on the current budget sheets that print out from Arts now, it is correct on that at this point. Yeah, see this one here, Matt. This was
Right,
printed
but
here
I guess my
and here.
biggest problem is what these guys approved for the $120 is what it says.
Okay.
And if you,
Well, when we did a final budget approval, what was the date of that? We had the corrected numbers at that point.
Yeah, it had been corrected before the final.
Is what I think you're saying.
Right, just
final
she had
budget
it
was
corrected.
I think so,
Fifth.
yeah.
what,
Yeah.
September 5th.
September.
So I believe we approved the final corrected version.
that, excuse me, that is the question, what got approved? Because your advertised budget for the roads, which you can't go over your advertised budget. Yes, one. I got too much junk here.
You need Mindy to file those things.
No, I should be doing that. So the advertised budget was, for the roads, was $4,085,000. All right. And the handout was $4,178,000. So you're over your line item on the advertised to your final.
You're saying that the approved amount was 4 million, what, for the, what was
I
that?
don't have it in front of me.
What was advertised
Is
is
that in leases or
4,085,761.
under light vehicle? That's
advertised. And what was approved was $4,178,467. So roughly, not quite $100,000 more than what was advertised.
And what would you suggest is the remedy? Because I'm still trying to figure out the problem.
Because it was advertised at a certain amount and it was, the line item was more than that advertisement. I don't know what the remedy is.
Is it a possibility to open up the budget
Yeah, we
at
have
some
to do it
point?
in the budget.
I don't,
But does that clarify?
I don't think that-
Advertising.
I don't think it clears that up.
So that's a question for some other expertise. So you're saying that, yeah, okay. So there was a typo in the budget that may have caused her to advertise, the clerk to advertise at a different amount than after the typo was caught.
But it was supposed to be advertised high, so I don't know what was going, what happened. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I don't have an answer for that one either. We're going to have to do some digging. Okay. But back to our grader. Did you have any other questions on that?
No, I just, like I said, $100,000 of maintenance for a grader, it's only, most of the time it's only used in the winter time, and most of the time plow trucks are used is a lot of money.
Okay. Any comments or thoughts on that, or plow truck versus grader versus, or
You know, I'm happy to look into and reassess all of our client maintenance practices. Right now it's kind of a difficult time going into winter, not having a lot of options. This machine is going back whether we get a new one or not. So, you know, it kind of puts us in a little bit of a time crunch with that.
Don't have the plow trucks yet, right? No, no
Correct,
sanding
they won't be
trucks.
here until next year, so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
okay. All right. So it still would be your recommendation that we go with the Caterpillar.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Commission, any other questions?
No.
Okay. Is anybody, what is your pleasure? What are you feeling? I'd entertain a motion. What do you think?
I don't see how, you know, with the time of the season right now, how we can do anything different at this point.
Entertain a motion to approve the Caterpillar then.
So moved.
Okay, motion to approve the Caterpillar, the 7-year lease quoted at the $51,073.95.
I'll second, and we can look into what we need to do to remedy the
That other issue.
other issues and make sure it's done correctly.
I'm glad you volunteered for that.
And this is actually, so the public knows, it's replacing a grader that's going back.
Correct,
And so the
yes,
money that we were paying on that grader's going towards this one,
correct.
plus an extra 100,000 at the end. Or how much was that one for per month? The last one?
The last one was $23,000
$23,000.
$240.
50,000, so
Mhm.
almost
Per year.
per year, correct.
And that's the price of graders that has doubled.
It is,
Yep.
unfortunately, yes.
Okay, we won't comment on who messed up the economy. All right, I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion?
No.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we're gonna go with that for now. And I was joking about Tracy that
I'll work on it
we
if we
do
need
to
to.
figure out
Yeah.
this discrepancy that Mr. Wiener has pointed out in the budget process. Thank you for spending your obvious weekends digging.
Can I get a clarification in? I wasn't throwing the trucks, or saying the grader, trucks takes over the grader. My thing is the graders are not put on that many hours. Trucks mostly do the plowing, the graders only come out. So I guess my point is you're paying $100,000 for 2 years more of maintenance. That might be another 200 hours is all you're gonna put on that grader in 7 years, because you only plow with it when it's heavy snow. So that's my
Understood.
clarification.
Good point. Okay, anything further from you, Public Works?
I don't think so.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Wiener, for those thoughts. And with that, we are